This year marks 80 years since the end of the Second World War. Canada is paying tribute today, pausing to remember soldiers who fought in service of this country and those who never came home. We'll take you to several different ceremonies and different ways people are honoring our veterans. We start in Windsor. Hundreds gathering at the cenotaph to pay their respects. CTV's Travis Fortnum was there. Travis, Windsorites always come out to this ceremony.
Yeah, they do, and they did today, despite the cold, despite the clouds, that is. Hundreds did just that, honoring those who fought for Canada over the years. In the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, Windsor pauses to remember. Hundreds braving the chill and clouds at Windsor's cenotaph to honor those who served. Among them, Sailor First Class Dylan Nicholson, taking his place as sentry for the first time. The naval reservist with HMCS Hunter stood in silence, a symbol of respect and reflection.
It's a real honor to be chosen to be the sentry and to represent your service.
Head bowed, motionless in the cold, a role he doesn't take lightly.
You know, we're standing there at the cenotaph and really standing in the shadow of the brave men and women who have come before us.
One of those who came before, Donna Parent. He served with the Canadian Armed Forces in Germany and Cyprus, and at 89 years old, still participates in the cenotaph ceremony.
I'm just glad I could come here, you know. At a certain ages, you know, you're not able to get out here, but I'm just thrilled to be out here and be with all my comrades.
The ceremony, a reminder of the sacrifices that shaped the country.
We think of what happened years ago during the First and Second World War. How those guys, they just kept going. Where we got a moment of silence to just think of what they were doing at that moment. It's quite an emotional thing.
I am a living memory of a father or a son, a permanent reminder of each and every one.
Among the wreaths surrounding the cenotaph, one recognizing the No. 2 Construction Battalion, a black Canadian unit that served in the First World War, long unrecognized for its contribution. Barb Porter saying she's proud to lay it.
Well, honestly, I think about, like, my grandfather was part of this battalion and two of my great uncles. And so I think about what they endured helping and fighting.
For Nicholson and others like him, it's those stories of sacrifice, service, and endurance that give this day its weight.
You always just think back to those who served and gave the ultimate sacrifice, and those who continue to serve today.
A moment of silence that speaks louder each year. If you missed today's ceremony, you can watch the full thing from start to finish over on our website, ctvnewswindsor.ca.
And Travis, of course, ceremonies like this were held in several communities.
Yeah, that's right. I was lucky enough to go to this one in Windsor, while Bob Belichico got to go to the one in LaSalle. Residents, veterans, and students and local officials all gathering at LaSalle Cenotaph Park.
How lucky are we to experience peace, whether that be the sound of children playing in the street, the quiet at night, or the comfort of home.
We did not live through those wars. We did not face the fear nor the loss, but we inherit the gift of their sacrifice, and with it, the duty to remember.
Students from Villanova and Sandwich sharing their thoughts at 11 a.m. A hush fell over the crowd for the traditional moment of silence, and in a powerful and symbolic gesture, sunlight passed through the cenotaph's slotted steel top, illuminating Central Europe on the monument's world map, a design feature that aligns perfectly with the sun each November 11th.
Our military in Canada has been pretty neglected, even when I was in the Navy back in the 60s. Now we got to catch up. Unfortunately, I'd like to see a day where we didn't need military all over the world, but I'm not going to live that long. I know that. So it's unfortunate, but it's something that has to be done.
And you don't have to limit remembrance just to today. The Windsor Public Library has a new podcast of remembrance.
I went and got my parachute, went to the rear of the plane, opened the door at the rear end, and jumped out.
That's the voice of one of the 50 local veterans who were interviewed back in 1999 by the Windsor Public Library in commemoration of the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. The staff have put some of them together in a podcast. It's called Those Who Served. The podcast is the latest episode in a series of podcasts the library has on Windsor history.
Travis, also we spoke with some residents who live at Riverside Retirement, and they remembered their vets in their own way.
Yeah, they've got the Poppy Project going on there. This is the 5th year residents were joined by students and community members for the annual project. The front lawn is now filled with hundreds of homemade poppies, each carrying a personal message of thanks to Canada's veterans and those still serving. The handmade poppies will be delivered tomorrow to local veterans and active service members, a gesture that organizers say keeps the message of remembrance growing stronger each year.
We get a lot of horns honking. We get people that stop by and like to read the messages. People like to come by and get their pictures taken with it. So it really is impactful to see 1,000 poppies out on the front like this, and it really does make people pause and think.
We have Remembrance Day stories all throughout the show today, including information about a book that Drew Dilkins read from at today's ceremony.
It's quite an emotional day.
It is, and being there, it really hits you. You can hear a pin drop downtown during the moment of silence. It was great to get to go there today.
Okay, thank you for all your coverage. Travis Fortnum with our Remembrance Day coverage at the start of the show. Thank you so much, Travis.
Thanks.
So here's our question of the day. Do you observe Remembrance Day? Go to our website to cast your vote, ctvnewswindsor.ca.